Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has been holed up in a crisis meeting following a High Court ruling outlawing the requirement of presidential aspirants' submission of 48,000 signatures for clearance. The ruling jolted the commission back to the drawing board into a day-long meeting to thrash out the next course of action. We begin our broadcast with our very own Sam Ogina.
With the clock winding down to 33 days to the general election, the Electoral Commission is back to the drawing board. IEBC commissioners spent the better part of Wednesday holed up in a crisis meeting to ponder on Justice Anthony Murima's order vacating the mandatory need for presidential aspirants to submit at least 48,000 signatures and copies of identification cards or passports. Suffering the setback, the Commission is evaluating all available options at its disposal. The Electoral Agency convened the meeting that included its legal department. The Murima ruling essentially gave a lifeline to all those who are weeded out by the stringent requirements. With the ruling in force, the country is staring at a very populated presidential ballot unless the Commission appeals against the decision. One of the independent candidates, Ruben Kigame, while welcoming the ruling, wants the election postponed, claiming the Commission cannot go into the election under the leadership of its chairman, Wafula Chebukati. Kigame claimed in being knocked out, the IEBC chairman was contemptuous to his candidature.
And I have a very serious problem with Chebukati's personality. He is impersonal, he is unfriendly, he is hostile, he is a snob, he is everything except a returning officer.
Judge Murima quashed at least 4 sections of the Elections General Regulations 2012 as amended in 2017. Key among the regulations declared unconstitutional are sections requiring independent presidential aspirants and other persons eyeing various elective seats as independent candidates to supply copies of national identity cards of registered voters backing their bids for clearance by IEBC. This requirement, according to Murima, was discriminatory and differential treatment in violation of the Constitution. Justice Murima ruled that IEBC had access to personal data of all registered voters, including copies and numbers of their national identity cards or passports, and should not have compelled presidential aspirants to supply the same information to ascertain support for their bids. According to the High Court judge, IEBC was in breach of the Data Protection Act and aspirants had no legal basis to collect personal details of registered voters. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
All right, Sam, thanks so much for that.